What we're making today is Hawaiian pork chop tenderloins. These are packaged and given to us from the Middle Georgia Food Bank. What I've done here is I'm going to cut it out of the package, rinse it off with a little water, and then from there we're going to season it. We're going to season it with pineapple, brown sugar, onions, barbecue sauce, and or mustard, Dijon mustard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 1 pan of Dijon mustard and 1 pan of barbecue sauce. Your choice of whatever barbecue sauce you like. Dijon mustard is a preference. You can do brown mustard. If you really don't like it, you can do yellow mustard, but it doesn't season as well. Okay, now what I'm going to do now is prep this, and we'll be back. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a little olive oil down just for stick factor. You can spray a little Pam if you have it in the pan so that it helps to prevent the chops from sticking to the bottom of the pan when they bake. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, because I'm putting 6 in each pan, I'm going to put down a ring of pineapple for each chop. Then I'm going to take a chop and I'm going to place it on top of the pineapple. Now, this pan, I'm going to make it mustard, the Dijon mustard. Let's see if I have not pulled that off. Okay, give me a minute. See if I can get this off without too much difficulty. Okay, I'm going to put about a teaspoon of mustard on each one. Ooh, that's a little bit heavy on that teaspoon. Let's take about half of that off. Put there. Okay. And I'm just going to smear that around a little bit for season's sake so that it gets evenly seasoned. I'm going to take a ring or 2 of onion and put on each one. Let's see if I can spread that out a little bit. And then I'm going to take my spoon here and I'm going to put about a teaspoon or so of brown sugar. That takes care of that. Now what I'll do now is I'm going to place foil on top to seal our pan closed to help steam the pork chop in the cooking process. And we'll place this pan into the oven. Oven set at 350 degrees. Now, while we got that one started, I'm going to scatter a little olive oil in the bottom of this, and we'll do the second batch. And this batch will be barbecue sauce. Same process, 6 pineapples. Pineapple rings. 6 tenderloins, barbecue sauce on each one. Okay. I'm going to adjust this one because the pineapples come from under it. Using our spoon, I'm going to just spread our sauce around so that it seasons evenly. Put our brown sugar on top of there. And then our onion rings. If you have lots of onions, you can use a whole slab on each one. And if you like the flavor of onions, it will give it a really wonderful flavor. But if you're doing like me and you're trying to stretch a little bit, I've got one big onion that I've used here. And I'm going to put a few rings on each one instead of a whole slab of onion on each one. And that way, my one onion goes further and I can actually prepare for a large group. Now we're ready. We'll put aluminum foil on. We're going to toss them into the oven and we will bake them for 1 hour at 350. And while they're baking, I'm going to prepare some yellow rice and we'll serve it on top of yellow rice. Okay. See you in an hour. Thanks. I took a red cabbage. I cut it in half. I julienned it with my knife on the cutting board. I placed it into the bowl and I poured the juice off of my pineapples, and this is in heavy syrup, in there. I put a little Worcestershire sauce. I put lemon juice, and I used garlic, pepper, or salt and pepper to your taste. And I'm just letting it marinate there, and that's to soften it so it's more palatable. And I'm going to use the cabbage as a bed to serve my apple salad on. Okay, the carrots have been washed and peeled, rinsed, and then I'm slicing them in half and preparing these for our apple salad. It's our Thai apple salad. And so I will prepare these and then I'm going to place them into a marinade for the salad for later on. I've already diced the, well, not diced, I julienned the apples in nice little strips so that they will fit nicely in the salad. And then what I'm doing here is a diagonal cut on the carrots so that they will make a nice presentation in the salad. Also small enough so they'll marinate and maybe where you can chew them more easily. All right, what we're going to do now is we're making a Thai apple salad. We had apples given to us this past food bank delivery from the Middle Georgia Food Bank. We had green apples that were given to us in the pack, and then we had red apples that were given to us in the vegetable combination. What I did is I took the apples, the red apples that we had, I have julienned them, basically cut them into little strips, and I put them in here with just a little bit of lemon and water. Now what I'm going to take now is, this is a serrano pepper. You can use a Thai chili pepper. If you like it really, really spicy, you can use either a Scotch bonnet habanero or what's that last other pepper called? Give it to me. It's called, oh, I can't remember right now, but any pepper that you like, but this one is kind of a mild, spicy, and then I've used sweet peppers, which we've had given to us in the past as well with our food bank, and I'm just, at this point, just dicing it up small so that we can put it in there. And that's what I have topped on top of the apples here, where I sliced and julienne the apples. I diced a few peppers to let it kind of marinate a little bit so that it would be spicy there. Okay, then I'm going to take these, and this way you can add a great deal of color to your salad. And the salad does not call for pineapples, but we have leftover pineapple slices, so I'm going to chop those up, and we're going to toss those in there too, because what we're making is an Asian salad, and when we think of the Pacific Islands, we think of pineapples. And so we're going to toss the pineapples in there as well. I've diced a few, well not diced, I've actually sliced a few carrots here. I'm going to throw the carrots down. I'm going to toss my apples in with our peppers. And I want to try not to put too much liquid in there because I'm going to be making a dressing, and I don't want the dressing to be too wet. So I'm going to try and lift the apples out, shaking the excess water off of them. And then I'm going to pour this liquid away. Trying to catch what peppers I have left in there because we want all our spices. Okay, I'm going to put the peppers I chopped up here. I'm going to take our pineapple slices or rings here, and I'm going to stack them here, and I'm going to just cut them into chunks. Okay. We'll take those chunks, put in that bowl for right now. Get these last few rings. And the thing about this salad is you want to have it ready to put together, and then you're going to put it together right away, and you serve it immediately. Because apples will begin to darken over time, and you don't want your apple salad to look unattractive. Okay? Now that I got that, I'm going to take my bowl that I have here, and in this bowl, I'm going to mix our salad dressing. Okay? I'm going to take here. Let's see. This is minced garlic. If you have fresh garlic, you can chop it. I'm going to take a little bit of minced garlic, put over in there. I'm going to put rice wine vinegar. If you don't have rice wine vinegar, you can use red vinegar and sweeten it with a little sugar, which will give you a similar effect, so it's a substitute. A little rice wine vinegar. I'm going to put a touch of Worcestershire sauce. For flavor, you can use fish sauce if you want it to be more authentic. You can use soy sauce if you want it to be more vegan prepped. I'm going to put just a little bit of lemon juice. You can do a fresh squeezed lime if you prefer, and take care of that. Now I'm going to take my whisk, which I have hold on. Have my whisk right here. I'm going to just whisk it a little bit. And I'm going to pour that over our salad. Get my tongs here, and we're going to toss it in that salad dressing. Okay. Okay. And now we're just going to let it sit until we're ready to serve. Okay. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of our marinated red cabbage. We're going to put it down in the bottom of our bowl or on the side of our plate, whichever way we choose to serve it. We get a helping of our apple on top. We're going to do a sprinkling of peanuts. If you're allergic to peanuts, leave them off. And then what we do is we will serve it, garnish it with a slice of orange, and there we have it. That's our apple salad. Bon appetit. Okay, what I've got here is I've got 4 cups of boiling water, and I'm adding to it a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of turmeric. Turmeric is a wonderful powder. What I'm actually a wonderful herb. I'm adding it. It will give it a yellow color, but turmeric is also an excellent herb, and it helps to deal with inflammation throughout the body. So if you like anything curry, tends to have turmeric in it, and turmeric is an excellent herb to add to your to your diet. A spice, I should say, not an herb, a spice. Then what I've got here is I've got 4 cups of boiling water, and I've got 2 cups of rice. And I put the turmeric and salt in there, and what I'm going to add, if you'll hold on just a moment, I'm going to add just a bit of olive oil. You can make it butter or whatever kind of oil. And what that's going to help me do is it's going to help my rice when it cooks not to stick together. Now I'm pouring my 2 cups of rice in there. I'm going to swirl it around just a little bit to hopefully coat all the rice with the oil that I put in the water. We're going to let it come back up to a boil. I'm going to reduce it down to medium low, so on this stove, to about 4. I'm going to place the lid on it. I'm going to leave it there for 20 minutes. Perfect rice. All right, now if you come in close, you can see we've got our rice done. 20 minutes later, beautiful golden yellow. That's our turmeric that's giving it that color and the benefits of that spice. Now in this pan we have our mustard chopped Polynesian pork chop, and in this one we have our barbecue sauce topped Polynesian pork chop. Now what I'm going to do is I'll plate it and we'll give you a picture of the finished product. Here we go. Bon appetit. Barbecue Hawaiian Polynesian pork loin with apple salad. Thank you.